So this is number 9. So the first thing that we need to do right here, on any of the ones where this transformation is listed, right, we got to use the table. Okay. So first we want to go through and list the transformations that we see. So the first transformation is right here, this 1/2, and what does that tell you is happening? What is that 1/2 going to be? A stretch, but vertical or horizontal? Horizontal. And it's horizontal because it's inside a set of parentheses, okay? Vertical must be outside all the parentheses, but that one's inside at least one set of parentheses, right? And how did you know it's a stretch and not a shrink? Because horizontal is opposite, that's right. With vertical, normally, since it's less than 1, it's 1/2, right? That would be a shrink. But horizontal is opposite. So it's going to be a horizontal stretch by what? By 2, that's right. Okay, horizontal stretch by 2. All you have to do is flip that fraction, right? Okay, the next transformation we see is right here, this -1 on the inside. What does that tell you? That's right, right 1. And then our last transformation is right here, the -3. What is that? Down 3, good. Okay, so now we go to the table, and we always start with the same 5 points. What are those 5 points that we start with? -2, 4. 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, and what did you say?
2, 4.
2, 4, that's right. Okay, and then now we're going to change the values in the table based on each transformation, right? So first we see the horizontal stretch by 2. What would that do to my table values? Is horizontal the x or the y values? X, right? So horizontal stretch by 2 is going to be in the x column then. And what do you think I would do if I'm stretching by 2 to all those x values? Multiply by 2, that's right. So we just take all the x values and multiply them by 2. All right, so what are my new x values at this point?
-4.
-4. -2. 0. 2. 4. Good. All right, the next transformation is to the right 1. So what would that do to my values in the table? On the +1 on the what? On the x. Right 1 +1 on the x, so we add 1 to all of these. What's -4 + 1? -3. Now, remember, here's a shortcut. Instead of adding 1 to all the others, once you got your first value right, all of the other ones just go in order. So if it's -3, then it's going to be -2, -1, 0, 1. Because that's a shift, right? Oh, wait. That doesn't even work for this one. All right, let's just add 1. I'm dumb. I made a mistake. So let's just add 1 to all of them. So what's -2 + 1? -1. What's 0 + 1? What's 2 + 1? 3. And what's 4 + 1? 5. Whoa, that would have been a bad one. Okay. So yeah, so we have to add 1 all of them. Let's just do it like that. Okay. And the last one is down 3. What would that do to all my table values? Right, so down 3 from the y. Because that's up and down is the y, so we subtract 3 from all these values. And so what are my new y values here? 1. -2. -3. -2. And 1. So now we've taken care of all 3 of the transformations, and the outermost numbers tell us our coordinates, right? We got -3, 1. So -3, 1 is right here. Then we have -1, -2. That's right here. Then we have 1, -3, which is going to be right here. The next point is 3, -2, so that's over here. And lastly, we got 5, 1. Right here. And so when we connect these points, there's the parabola. Okay? And so now we need to go through and fill out all the attributes for this graph, this function. So what is the domain? Negative infinity, positive infinity. It's always that, right? Domain is always going to be that. All right, the range. What's the range? -3 to infinity, right? It's the lowest to the highest. Lowest is -3, Highest is infinity. And what symbol should I use around the -3 and the infinity?
A bracket.
Bracket and a parentheses, right. Bracket around the -3 because we're actually touching that point, right? Now what is the vertex?
1, -3.
1, -3, that's right. What is the x-intercepts? Now this is where you're going to have to estimate a little because it's not exactly. So just look at this graph and what do you think those x-intercepts look like right there? Give me some points.
-2.5.
-2.5, how do I say it as a point though? Comma?
4.
-2.5. What's the y value there? 0. On the x-intercepts, the y value is always 0, right? So we got -2.5, 0, and what's the other one?
4, 0.
It's not exactly on 4.
4.10.
Sure, 4.10, right. It's good enough. And there we go. So that's what you have to do when it's not exact, right? Just estimate. It has to be close enough. Okay, what's the y-intercept here? Looks like it's about right there, that orange dot. And what is that point, though?
-2.2.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Hang on a second. How do I write the point for the y-intercept?
0,
0?
comma 2.2.
0, comma 2.2. Okay, hang on a second. This thing's frozen. Wow. All right, so I have some technical difficulties. What did you say the y-intercept was? It was 0, comma
2.2.
2.2 or -2.2. Okay, good. All right, what is the axis of symmetry here? X equals 1. How did you tell that so fast, actually? Right, it's the x value of the vertex right there. Okay, does this graph open up or down? Up, right? That's just obvious from the picture. Okay, if it opens up, is the vertex a maximum or a minimum? Minimum. And what is that minimum value? -3, that's right. Good. And that is number, what was this, 9? Number 9.